Alright guys, welcome to my channel, PlayStation Retroist. This will be my very first playthrough, one of my favorites. We're just going to start out with the training missions, not going to start out with the story or anything yet. I'm just going to play through training missions and get used to all this stuff again. It's been about probably 14 years since I last played this game. But let's just see how everything goes in the training missions. There's 6 of them. They should be pretty quick.
This training mission will allow you to become accustomed to your craft's control system. You will be able to fly freely in any direction in airspace close to
starts with a briefing, just like this.
After a short while, a jump
with a wireframe depiction of the spacecraft you'll be flying for that mission. This spacecraft
will complete the mission.
We only get to see here in the training missions. It's the training aircraft. We will not see this one in the normal campaign. Each mission also has this loading screen. Well, this one, launching from a ship, or there's another loading screen too of going through what they call a jump gate in the game. But here we go.
Welcome to your craft.
So it's R1 to accelerate forward, L1 to move backward,
refer to your training manual for further instructions.
R2, L2 to roll,
your free flight,
and then the left stick to move around,
which is highlighted on your targeting radar.
And that asteroid's probably gonna hit me. Luckily it didn't damage me. But let me fly towards the jump gate, which is the galaxy looking spiral thing right there. Alright. Easy mission. First one done. Space school. Wish flight school was this easy. Alright, next mission should be, if I remember correctly, it's the rings. You're flying through rings.
Basic, but
I don't know if you guys remember the horrible Superman Nintendo 64 game, but it's a lot easier than flying through those rings in this game. I promise you that.
In the correct sequence, the ring will change color. Once your craft has passed through all rings in the correct sequence, a jump gate will open. Head for this to end the mission.
This game, developed by Psygnosis. You guys remember? You remember that development? It was a company. It was a publisher. It had a lot of teams under it, but it was acquired by Sony back in '93 to make games for the PlayStation. They also made Destruction Derby was one of them, and Wipeout. They started development on this game
the first ring is highlighted
in
on your radar.
1995 in their studio in San Francisco. The director, Mike Ellis, though, had a ambitious vision for the game, which was so ambitious that they couldn't finish it. Got behind schedule quite a bit, so they ended up closing the studio in San Francisco and moving development of this game to their studio in Liverpool, England. And they brought in a new producer who got the game back on track. Cut down like a lot of stuff, unfortunately, but sacrifices had to be made to get it released. And so, for example, there's like originally 150 missions planned, which was cut down to 70 plus, so about half. But that's still an impressive number of missions, and there are 70. As we continue to fly through these rings here, I'll try to quickly get this done. Oh, I forgot how good the suns look in this game. It's the first video game sun to ever blind me, as far as I can remember. So what else about this game? Yeah, it started out kind of in trouble, if you will. Luckily, the new producer was able to turn it around in 10 months. And was able to hit the release in 1997.
All rings
yeah, it's crazy. I was
head for the jump gate
playing this game before This game was out even before the most popular games. It came out before Final Fantasy VII. Came out a year before Metal Gear Solid. And I consider this is definitely in my top 5 PlayStation 1 games of all time. And why do I think that?
Tight craft control
back
will
in
be
the
necessary
mid-90s,
to negotiate the busy spaceport in this.
We had a family friend.
Growing up, I
grew up in with strict parents. They didn't like video games. They controlled my TV watching too. You know, hey, I love you, mom and dad, but they were strict. So my first console was a PlayStation 1. When I was about 12 years old, I had to save up for it myself. But anyway, back in the mid-90s, had a family friend that had PC games, and that's something else we didn't have. We didn't have a PC till like the year 2000, so I didn't play any PC games. But this friend of mine had TIE Fighter, the collector's CD-ROM edition, and I was hooked on that game. Every time I went to his house, that's all I ever played. I kind of ignored him, but I loved that game. So when this came out, when I got my PS1, I just happened to see it at Hollywood Video, for those who remember, rental stores, video stores. But saw this, picked it up, and I was just amazed at how similar it was to the TIE Fighter X-Wing series of PC games. And I was like, wow, well, I don't have a PC. This will fill the void of having no TIE Fighter. So a lot of people out there on the interwebs say they call this an arcade shooter. I kind of disagree. So if we put it on a spectrum, let's say TIE Fighter X-Wing series on the PC at one end, with the Rogue Squadron series, another Star Wars franchise, on the other end. Rogue Squadron being straight arcade, and TIE Fighter being very simulator oriented. This definitely falls on the side of being simulator oriented. Sure, it's not nearly as complex as the TIE Fighter X-Wing series, based on it being on the PlayStation 1 and the limitations that come with it, but it's still an impressive game, and it reminds me a lot of TIE Fighter. I was so happy to have a game like this, because I was jealous of my friend having TIE Fighter. But this filled the void. This ended up, being one of my most memorable games from the era. And it's a sleeper hit. I didn't know anyone else who had it or even played it personally. Of course, there were people on the internet that played it, but I don't know how well the series sold. It did have 2 sequels, which I'll probably talk about later. I'll probably do playthroughs on those down the road. But yeah, I love this kind of gameplay. I love, I was always fascinated with flight, and I was a Star Wars fan, so those two kind of, as a kid I always dreamed of flying X-Wings. But yeah, so that's why this game really resonated with me.
You have passed your flight training.
And as we follow the training, here we go. Let's get out of here. Now we're going to go on to missions where we actually get to shoot. Alright, let's get down to the weapons beginner.
This training mission will allow you to use basic weapons to shoot a number of static targets. Occasionally, a target may be protected by a shield. You will have to switch from conventional to anti-shield lasers in order to destroy the shield.
That's right, I remember this now.
Conventional lasers to destroy
so you have you start off
once all targets are destroyed,
2 different types of lasers. Your primary weapons.
Approach the jump gate.
You got an anti-shield laser, which is designed to take out shields. It's stronger against shields. And then you have your conventional laser, which causes damage once the shield's out to the hole, where you can eventually destroy. The anti-shield laser will not cause hull damage at all. However, the conventional laser will do some damage to shields, but it will take a lot longer than if you were to use the anti-shield weapon. So on the right side, you can see the target. I'm targeting that drone. That's his stats. I just blew him up. So that's his whole status. So as you can see, as I shoot him, it drains it, and he blows up.
3 targets remain.
These first 3 do not have shields, apparently. I think the next ones will, though. Yep. So as you can see on the far right, the icon now has a circle, which indicates that it has shields. So you gotta knock down the shields using the anti-shield, and switch, and destroy the target. On the left side is your indication, so I have full shields, and the bottom bar is power. And the vertical bar in the center on the left side is overheating of the weapon, so I'm tapping the X button. X is to shoot your primary weapons. I'm not allowing it to overheat, so you're not seeing the meter build, but if you were to hold down the X button, that meter would build and slow your firing rate of your weapon. Alright, we're speeding through these. I'm trying to keep my videos down to 15 to 20 minutes. I figure that's a good round number that holds interest versus playthroughs that going a lot longer, and we'll see if I can hit that goal for these. I'm going to go ahead and skim through this next mission briefing. It's just going to say, hey, you got moving targets now, so it's basically the same thing as the last mission.
Will act as slow-moving targets in this training mission close to the...
I am playing this, I'll be recording this on... I'm recording this off of a PlayStation 3 with smoothing on and full screen on. I noticed when you turn smoothing on PS1 games, there's some where you can't see it right now, but I'll point it out. Like when it goes in front of a sun, there's like this square that appears around objects when it flies in the middle of the sun. I don't know why the smoothing does it. I'm not familiar enough with the technical aspects of graphics and game design.
Now change back to conventional.
But that's what that is. You wouldn't see that on the PS1 if you were playing it off PS1.
1 target remains.
Alright, we just got 3 targets here. Finish them off.
That target has shields.
As you can see, the laser still does damage, but it's a lot quicker to use the anti-shield weapon to knock its shields out.
Now
And
change back to
as you
conventional
noticed,
lasers to destroy target.
as they start to get to whole critical status, they catch fire. It's a pretty cool effect there. Yep, like him. Come on. There we go.
All targets destroyed. Head towards jump
let's
gate
get
to
through this
conclude
jump
the
gate.
mission.
I think training missions the only missions that allow you to actually end it yourself by flying through the jump gate. All the other missions in the campaign end automatically after you lose or after certain objectives are met. It just ends. Alright, let's get this last one done.
In order to learn...
All that I was going to say was, last training mission, I'm running here on about 15 minutes, so during the campaign I'll definitely let the mission briefings play, but this is just saying, hey, you got fighters, 2 drones, or you got drones acting like fighters protecting a big fleet ship, which you will see here.
Locate and destroy all enemy craft. Use your missile and torpedo weapons.
Oh yeah, we've got secondary weapons now, missiles, which you need to really manage. You only have 2 of them
When the target has been
of
locked,
each type,
you may fire the weapon.
and torpedoes you only have 1. So management of your secondary weapons is key to doing well in the game. Not here so much in this mission. Oh come on, this guy's. There you go.
2 targets remain.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a missile on him.
Target located. Keep it in the center of your HUD to obtain lock.
And those are the missiles.
Target locked. Fire when ready.
Fortunately, I think the tracker missiles do more damage against something with no shields, as you saw it didn't do much when it had shields. There are anti-shield missiles. Alright, got a plasma torpedo, which you can use against the fleet, or the capital ships. And I'm going to shoot this guy. Oh, sorry. And only took 1 torpedo. Nice. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a cool effect. When you blow up something other than a fighter, so something bigger than a fighter, like that. Does that cool breaking apart effect. Loud noises. But alright, that was the last mission. I'm excited to get this playthrough underway. The next part I will definitely go into the story more of the game, and explain how the branching storyline works. It has a unique way of progressing, but I'll go more in depth on that on the next playthrough. Hope you guys enjoy my channel. I'm excited to get this started, and keep watching. Thanks.